What's going on, everybody? It's your boy JT, and we are back to the Crypto Den. I want to thank you all for tuning in today. We have, in my opinion, an exciting topic, as it always is here. We're going to talk about Bitcoin, specifically Bitcoin supply. There are a lot of people who, think there's 21 million Bitcoin out there for grabs, and the reality is it's not true. It's a much smaller number. So I want to go into the supply mechanics of Bitcoin to help you all understand Bitcoin as an investment, if you're interested in Bitcoin or not. Just my opinions here. I am a hedge fund manager. I run a crypto hedge fund called Bleeding Edge Capital. We are discretionarily long, research driven, and I leverage my 10 plus years of software development experience as a fund manager. So I'm the one actually underwriting these protocols, developed this thesis, and we've had great returns so far, and I don't see that changing anytime soon. And it's all based off the fundamentals of crypto. So I am the guy to tell it to you, and Bitcoin is an interesting one that I need you all to take a look at. So first, it is true that the network Bitcoin, and it is kind of confusing because in Bitcoin, that is the name of the token and also the network. In Ethereum, there's the Ethereum network, then there's Ether, the token. So there is a separation there. But in Bitcoin, it's both. So I'll say Bitcoin network and Bitcoin. Bitcoin is just the token. Okay, so 21 million Bitcoins, that breaks down into 2.1 quadrillion Satoshis, which is the smallest unit of account in Bitcoin. If you've heard stacking Satoshis, that's what they're talking about. Just buy little bits. You don't have to buy a whole Bitcoin, right? You can buy a little bit. 1/10,000th at a time, I think. That's the right math, or it could be 1/1000th. I forget. Quadrillion to million might be 10,000, to be honest. Either way. Okay. Now, what we're going to do is go look at that 21 million, how it breaks down. So follow me over here. We're going to show you this chart, which I think is a really interesting chart, okay? It shows the wallets that have not moved their tokens, okay? Like since 2010, right? 2017. I think it's actually for 6 years, dormant tokens, right? So, as you can see here, this wallet, we're looking at, that's 100,000 Bitcoin, 100,000 here, 200,000, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. There's 300,000. Let's call it 500,000 Bitcoin that is dormant. And then you have Satoshi, okay? So you got 500,000 to, let's say, 1,000,000 that is dormant, meaning never moved. These are people that could have died, right? People that lost their keys. There's many examples of this where people are like, I'll pay you millions of dollars if you help me figure this out, right? So really, there's less. And this is just from people forgetting their keys, ultimately. Oh, that's going back 8 years. Got it. So that's why Satoshi's not on this list here. Sorry for the slow network here. There's 1.1 million in Satoshi, the founder's wallet. Okay. So that means, realistically, we're talking about 19 million. And then out of the 19 million, there's 2 million locked up to be mined. So really, we're talking about 16, 17 million Bitcoin that's available. And then you got to think about how many people are willing to sell you their Bitcoin, right? Um, Circulating supply of BTC. Now, see, they tell you 20 million, but check this out. These guys, total circulating Bitcoin. Straight line up, very fixed. It's going up 1,000 every few days, right? Roughly. Okay. I thought, this is some interesting things here. Profit lazy at. If you were mining Bitcoin, the days, it's pretty interesting. But, you have to consider that the supply is dripped, and that drip gets cut in half every 4 years. We just had a halving last year, back I think April 24th. So the supply is getting, that is available, right? That is going down. The actual supply that you have available to buy, right, is going up, but that is decreasing. However, you have an excess of 4 million Bitcoin that are likely to never be recovered or active in the network. You also have people like Michael Saylor saying he's going to burn his keys. So that's 600,000 Bitcoin and growing. You also have Trump saying he's never going to sell his Bitcoin. Then you have the EU starting to explore it as a treasury asset, right? Treasuries don't sell things usually, right? So the HODL strategy means the actual supply available to be purchased is at best a couple million, in my opinion. If you go through all the big whales that are holding a more than 10,000 Bitcoin, they're never going to sell it. They take loans on it. People don't have to sell it. It's an asset. You can get leverage on the asset tax free because loans are, debt instruments are not taxable. So if I have 10,000 Bitcoin at 100K a pop, I got, what is that, $1 billion, right? I think. Or 100 million. It's one or the other. But let's just say I needed to buy something. Okay, 10% of that you could get debt on. Whatever you buy, the cash flow covers the debt service and then some. And you never have to sell your Bitcoin, and you just bought an asset, and that asset will pay off the loan on the Bitcoin, and then you can rinse and repeat, right? People don't have to sell it. And we're only going, as leveraged products hit traditional markets, we're only going to see that expand. So really, the supply is very, very low, and that's why it's still volatile. People ask me, why is it still so volatile when there's $2 trillion in it, right? The reality is that 2 trillion spread across a couple million tokens we all trade between one another. It's very volatile. So, and that window is shortening, basically. Bitcoin does have 21 million. The Bitcoin network has 21 million Bitcoins, but the Bitcoins that are accessible to retail and people like you and me and anyone else, it is just dwindling over time. So, I always tell people it's riskier to be out of Bitcoin and crypto than in crypto and Bitcoin. Okay. That's my stance, always has been. And, I just see it becoming a bigger and bigger asset class over time. So that's the true supply of Bitcoin, everybody. Hopefully you learned something. Make sure you hit the sub before you dip out. It means a lot to me. It allows us to produce this content, gets me excited, also lets people know actual facts, right? Actual things about this asset class that I think not many channels go into, given, I'm the one on the channel running it, and I have experience that a lot of these other creators do not have. So with all that, thank you so much. Until next time, peace and love, guys. Take care of one another. I'll see you.